So the question today is it worth being VAT registered if you don't have to be? So there's several aspects to this question. The first thing is about your customers. Are your customers VAT registered? If your customers are VAT registered, then that's fine, because if you add 20% VAT on top of your invoice, they're not going to care because they can reclaim the VAT back on their VAT return. If your customers are not VAT registered, then that's an issue for them, because your prices become more expensive if you're either adding the 20% VAT on top, or if you're not going to add the 20% VAT on top and keep your prices the same, including VAT, then that means that's going to reduce your profit margin. You're not going to make as much money. So that's the first question. The second issue is, are you incurring any VAT on your purchase invoices? So what's a good idea is to have a look on a monthly basis back at your purchase invoices and see how much VAT you're incurring. So things like, mobile phone, internet subscriptions, direct costs, anything like that. And then you'll have a look to see how much you could claim. Because at the end of the day, the only people that VAT costs is the non-VAT registered person. So if you're VAT registered, you add VAT on your sales invoice and you reclaim the VAT on your costs, and then you pay the difference across to the VAT man once a quarter for most clients. So again, have a look at your costs on a monthly basis, times it by 3 in terms of the VAT on those costs, and that's what you'll be saving through being VAT registered. So looking at that, you then have to weigh up the benefits with the costs of being VAT registered. So the downside of being VAT registered is you have to prepare a VAT return. Most clients prepare a quarterly VAT return, which means that your bookkeeping needs to be up to date, and you're going to need to use some kind of cloud software to do your VAT return, so that the data can go straight into HMRC's systems. So it's looking at that. So either you're going to do the VAT returns, in which case there's no cost to doing it, the bookkeeping and VAT, or if you want to get us to do the VAT returns and the bookkeeping, then obviously there's a cost to that. So it's still worthwhile, as long as the VAT that you're reclaiming on your quarterly VAT return is more than the fees that we're charging, then it's a win-win. The other thing to consider is, if you bought fixed assets or equipment, you can go back 4 years from the date you were VAT registered and claim back all the input VAT on those. So that can be quite a substantial saving. You can also backdate VAT if you want to, if you've got any other costs in that period, but sometimes it's more hassle backdating, because then you have to go back and re-invoice any customers that you had sales from in the period. So in a nutshell, those are the issues to consider. But if you want to discuss anything further, obviously please get in touch.